Oh, go camping with some friends was part of my childhood. In North Wawona, California, where a minuscule community were settled, I'd call home. Wawona, with just 122 inhabitants, was my neighborhood. A quiet and peaceful place very close to the nature. But Wawona don't have a big amount of teenagers or child. Back in that days it was just me and 3 other kids. We were the only children there, except for a little girl that never come to play or camping with us. Marshmallows, cookies, toast bread, and others camping food were the best thing with friends during a night in camping. The nighttime were the best time for talk, laugh, share experience, and go walk through a night adventure. We used to go camping in Yosemite National Park. For some people the Yosemite Park is one of the most scariest parks. Thing that me and my friends disagree. I have a special feeling about the Yosemite National Park, but isn't a bad feeling as to be scared or afraid. Is a good feeling as to be home. We were so used to the park that we often go beyond the limits of the camping area, and we used to go adventure ourselves in the middle of the woods. And the park itself should be bigger, but that part that we used to camping showed us that part of the park was not just that. There were many closed attractions, unused tracks, many wood cabins, a whole map including that unused part of the park. There were even another waterfall that the park should have. There were many signs naming attractions, historical information, and information about the attractions. The waterfall was named Gargoyle Throat. This waterfall was pretty different from the Yosemite Falls or any other waterfall in the park. Gargoyle Throat was bigger than Yosemite Falls. That was really strange since no one have ever seen this waterfall. Gargoyle Throat have the water coming from a cave entrance in the middle of a big rock. This cave is accessible since there is a track leading to the top of the rock. But on walk it will take 2 days, and we were children so would last longer to get there. It was going to be the most incredible adventure we have ever had. This magical idea is what every boy on my age would love to put in practice. A long adventure with friends in the woods exploring everything possible. Our first day was the beginning of our expedition. We were going to take a track that will eventually lead us to a restaurant, small shops and wood cabins that we were going to use for sleep at night. We go on walking aside the river that comes from Gargoyle Throat. The river itself has nothing special, was nice and clean like every other river in the park. But the trip got funnier than usual. The track goes on crossing the river, going through many and many times. We take a little break after the last time crossing the river. One of our friends before this last river crossing told us he saw the little girl who was in Wawona with us, in a white dress walking through the woods out off the trail. There were no chance of that to be true. She has not left with us, and there is no reason for her to be there. One of our friends go check that out and he found a white plastic bag hanging on one of the trees. That can be why my friend thought have seen the girl. We were a little tired and was almost sundown. Just a little aside the track we made our camp. We mount our shelter and make a fire. Then we take every delicious thing to eat, using the fire to toast or cook if necessary. And that was our first day. It was time for us to get a rest. During that night we eated a lot. To go to sleep everyone has their own shelter. There was 4 in total. My shelter was actually very big. There was my sleep bag, water that we take from the river, and the rest of my things such as my backpack and other camping tools. Everyone has a flashlight too. We always were prepared for camping. The night was quiet. More quiet than usual. There was no crickets, no mosquitoes, no wind sound and no sound of the trees. I almost thought that I get deaf of nowhere, but I did knock the ground and it make a sound. Our shelter were close with one another, so I asked for a friend of mine if he was having the same strange feeling. He told me that we were not the only. Everyone was having a hard time trying to sleep except for one of our friends that was already sleeping heavily. That soundlessness was not normal. It's a strange feeling is like something is missing. Anyways, we all sleep at some time. That until one of my friends wake up in the middle of the night and go to my shelter. He was not okay. He was a little scared, not only for the soundless ambient but because he have seen something lurking our camp. I really don't know if was true, but with my knowledge of the park was not a bear. In that park bear do not pass, maybe a deer. He told me that was actually big. So I told him to go to sleep and that he could put his shelter next to mine. I was thinking about that. We did not reach any structure yet, but probably in the next day we would find something. For how long this part of the park has been forgotten. How deteriorate the wood cabins and the shops will be. After all, rain and sun for long periods rots everything. I kept thinking about it until I was able to sleep again. And when I was sleeping I have a feeling that the normal sound of the forest came back a little. It was a good night except for the beginning and the idea of something watching us at night. Me and my friends did not like that thing of scaring each other, since we used to camp. Is not a good idea telling others of fake creatures. I am certain that he have seen something or maybe had a bad dream. But was not for nothing, he would never tricked me like